double leg heel raise on wall. So we're gonna go to the ground. We're using the wall here to do a knee bent heel raise. And this is just a way for us to progress people that are dealing with some sort of ankle injury. Maybe you had like an Achilles rupture, you're post-surgical, you've had an ankle sprain, grade 3, grade 2, something that's been pretty irritable. It's a simple drill for us to be able to kind of progress going back to loaded heel raises in a knee bent position. So what we'll do is we'll go on my back, and I'm gonna have my knee bent to about 90 degrees. So my lower leg bone is parallel to the floor, and my upper leg bone is perpendicular to the floor to create that 90-degree angle. And then from there, I like to post my hands out to the side. I'm gonna bridge up to pick my butt off the ground, and it's gonna kind of push my feet into the wall. And then from there, I'm gonna drive my big toes through the wall and get up as high as I can, pause, come back to that bottom position. Drive into my big toe, come up as high as I can, pause, and go back to that bottom position. You'll notice that if you push really hard, you'll kind of scoot away from the wall like you're doing like a leg press. So using like a yoga mat to where you stick is helpful so you're not sliding. And then we can use these to kind of progress as going toward a single leg, because eventually we'll do these with a single leg on the wall, and then we'll go into like an ankle pogo on the wall, double leg, and then single leg. And when we're gonna progress them, we can change the angle of the lower leg bone, and then in relation, that's gonna change the angle of my foot. So if I drop my heel, I'm gonna go into dorsiflexion, and that's gonna cause my toes to kind of come toward me more in that motion. And if I go up the wall, I'm gonna get plantar flexion. So I can train the calf in a plantar flex position, a neutral position, and then a dorsiflex position. That's one way we can kind of progress them. And then the other way is if I wanna bias one side, I can kind of stagger my feet, bridge up, and just actively think about pushing through one leg harder before I go to a single leg. That way we're going through a nice simple progression, trying to get tissues tolerable to the loading before you ramp the loading up too quickly. So again, there isn't really like a right or wrong positioning, because typically we'll train multiple positions, but a good rule of thumb, thighs pretty close to being perpendicular from the floor, the lower leg bone parallel to the floor. I'm gonna bridge up, push my big toe into the wall, come all the way up to a full heel raise, drop back to the bottom.